Hello. This video will show you how to submit observations through the Las Cumbres Observatory observation portal for the HOYS Citizen Science Project. The HOYS project has been allocated telescope time on the network of 0.4 meter telescopes around the world, and by the end of this video you should be able to set up your own user account on the observation portal and submit an observation of one of the HOYS target objects. You should receive an email, something like this, inviting you to use the observing portal. If you haven't received it, then look in your spam folder because sometimes they can end up there. So click on the link and that will take you through the LCO observation portal. At this point, the first thing you need to do is to set up your own user account. So fill in all the fields on the screen. I think they're all required. And remember to use the email address you're invited with, because that links you to the actual project and will give you some telescope time. If you use a different email address, you won't get any telescope time. At the end of the page, check the terms of service, and if you agree to them, then click on register. You'll then receive an email for account activation. Again, you may need to check in your spam filter. Click on the link to activate that and you'll be taken to this login screen. So enter the username and password that you created and then log in. If you forget your password at any time, then you can use the reset it link that you can see on the screen. When you log in, you will get the terms of service again and you'll have to accept these terms before proceeding. At this point you'll get taken to your own sort of dashboard, but the first thing you need to do is to edit your profile. So at the top right, click on your username and profile on the drop down. This will bring up your profile details, including the fields you just filled in, and at the bottom you'll see these checkboxes. There are two checkboxes you need to click. One is the simple interface box. That's because it will remove a lot of advanced features that we're not going to use in this project. And the other one is notifications unauthored only. This means you'll get email notifications for only the observations that you submit. And then click on the save button and this will return you to your dashboard. So what are we going to image? Well, we're going to take 3 images of 120 seconds each in the green filter of an object, 3 images of 120 seconds in the blue filter of the same object, and 3 images of 120 seconds in a red filter. So that's a total of 9 images. It's important to note that the images won't look coloured like this when you first get them. This is just for illustration. They will all look monochrome, but we'll discuss that in a future video. So this is how we submit an observation. Click on the Submit Observation link in the header of your dashboard and this screen will come up. Down the left hand side you can see a series of red warning triangles. As you fill in each section correctly, they will be replaced with a green tick. So the first thing you need to do at the top is to give this observation a name. Enter something meaningful. It's not critical what it is, but it's something that should be meaningful to you. So something like your name, the HOYS project, and the object that you're going to be observing, in this case IC 5146, the Cocoon Nebula. In the proposal box, select the HOYS proposal from the drop down. There should only be one there, and the instrument, the 0.4 meter telescopes, will automatically be selected for you because that's the only choice that we have. So scroll down the page a little bit more, we'll get to the configuration section of the exposures. So the first thing you need to do is to set the exposure count. So set that to 3. We're going to take 3 exposures. The exposure time should be 120 seconds. And we're going to start with the blue filter. We need to do that for the green filter as well. So click on the green copy button at the top right of the box, and that will create a copy of what you've just created. And then all you have to do in the second section is change the filter from blue to green. And again, we want to do that for the red filter. So again, click on the green copy button and you'll create a third section and change the filter to red. And if all that's done correctly, then you should now have 3 sections, each with 3 exposures of 120 seconds with a blue, green and red filter in each section. Next, we need to choose what object we're going to image. So what you need to do is enter the ID of the object in the name box. In this case it's IC5146, which is a Cocoon Nebula, as I said. And if the object is recognized, as it has been in this case, the right ascension and declination coordinates will automatically be filled in, so you don't need to worry about that. If you want to, you can go to the HOYS website on the target page and check that those match reasonably closely to the object coordinates that are listed there. The next thing we need to do is to give a date window for the observation. Now, when you've signed up for this project, you should have been given a date window of about 3 days. So enter the start and end dates there that you've been given, the dates and the times, and then the chart will show you which observatory locations can observe that object in that time window. Here we can see that there are 3 observatories that can do that on all 3 days of the time window. So that should give us a good chance of getting these images taken. And if everything's correct, then on the right hand side you'll see a panel which shows the information with all green ticks. The submit request button has now been enabled, and that will allow you to submit it. One thing you can do at any point in this process is to save your observation to a draft before submitting it, and you can come back at any point and carry on setting it up. But at this point, let's click on the submit request button because everything looks okay. The first thing that will happen is you'll get a notification saying how long the observations will take, and in this case it's 21 minutes 58 seconds, and if we're okay with that, then we click the OK button, and that's about the right amount of time that we expect. And that's the observation submitted. So as we can see, the observation is listed there as pending. It's not happened yet, but it's waiting to happen, and a lot of details are given, most of the stuff that you've entered there. It might be worth checking through that to make sure it's all as you expect it to be. If it's not for any reason, then you can go to the options box and cancel the observation and re-enter it. You can return to your dashboard by clicking on the home link, and there you can see your observation pending. You can keep an eye on it as it progresses. If you click on the link again, you can go and look on the scheduling tab for that observation, and it will show you when it's been scheduled. Hopefully it's been scheduled during the time window that you set. And that's the job done for now. You'll receive an email once the observation has completed, or in some cases failed, and it will link you to the actual images that have been captured, but we'll cover that in another video later on. Thank you for watching.